Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your weekly reading, and we're going to see what energies are coming in this week and what energies you're working through, because we're just moving on from that very deep and psychologically and emotionally intense full moon in Scorpio, which was also an eclipse. Look at all these cards that have come out for you. When I was meditating, I was getting this sense that you are deep in thought, deeply pensive, deeply thinking about something. So we can see here with the Ace of Swords and the Justice energy, this is Athena, the goddess of truth, coming in really, really clearly, and truth and wisdom. So truths have been shown to you, especially around how you're loving yourself as well, self-love, the Wheel of Fortune, wow, and the Hierophant, and how you potentially have healed some of those wounds or not been able to heal the wounds. I'll just show you what cards have come out. So we've got Justice, Four of Wands, Ace of Swords has come through. And these, I kind of can't, I need to show you. And also the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So I want to have a look at them before I hold them up and talk to you about them, Saggy. So I like the fact that Ace of Swords has come right in the center here because, like I said, this is the sword of truth. The sword of truth and wisdom with the Hierophant of higher learning. This is Chiron actually in the cave, and this is like an overall energy of saying that there has been a wound that you're cutting the tie with something that has wounded you, but also it's a sense that there's been a lot of higher learning and wisdom gained through that process. And for some of you, you're actually seeing really clearly the impact of words, how words can hurt, and also words have power, and words are incredible things that teach you a lot. You can learn a lot. It's the basis of knowledge and learning. So it's kind of really understanding the power of the word. Quite literally, some of you might be wanting to write or doing something using communication in some way that is going to be really powerful and potent coming through. This Ace of Swords energy is seeing the truth really, really clearly. You've been shown something. And for some of you, the Hierophant is showing you your healing capacities. Some of you are healers or are able to be healing in some way. You know, maybe you're healers. It doesn't have to necessarily be a conventional healer, but like a teacher could be a healer for a child, and, you know, a parent can be a healer. So it's kind of looking at your healing abilities. You really are connecting into that. And also like looking at how I feel like it's like seeing that it's more useful perhaps for somebody else. But when you apply it to yourself, it's harder to kind of do that in a way. And that's why we've interestingly got the Page of Cups, which is the card of Narcissus. It's a card of looking in that cup and seeing your reflection back and loving what it is that you see. So that reflection and what you see is about to shift and change because the truth has kind of set you free here. So yeah, it's interesting because there's contracts that have come in. You've made some kind of, perhaps there was the Justice energy is around you're planning some kind of new contractual agreement that's coming through here, and also planning to cut ties with an old contract. So this feels like it feels important to kind of understand what you've agreed to, what you've again, this power of the words. It's all about these quite literally could be legal contracts, you know, it could be any kind of contract in your world. Like it could be a work contract or a bank contract or even like a personal contract between people. We all have soul contracts between ourselves. But it's kind of, this can be a contract with yourself. Like maybe you've promised yourself something or said that you'd never do something, or, you know, there's some sort of like verbal agreement that kind of, strangely, I don't know how it's kind of had a very strong hold on you, but you're seeing that this contract, this agreement, and I do feel like it's like some sort of, even like there's words associated with it. So it's either like something you've thought or it's like quite literally something you've said, but it's been conceptualized into like a word form. And this is where you're realizing now that you are no longer bound to this contract. You don't have to agree to this anymore. And in fact, it's necessary for your own healing to let go of this. which is actually really important. And starting, it's almost like by doing this, you're honoring yourself. You're honoring, it's like an act of self-love by doing this. You're kind of showing yourself that you love yourself. Or at least it's the start of it. It seems to be like a gesture and action. And again, it's all like, again, the significance of that shift and change that comes in. So that's why we've got the Wheel of Fortune, that something very deep inside of you is shifting and changing. This is a deep internal change that's going on. This is internal wisdom that is coming through here. So yeah, fantastic. Reading to come through for you, Saggy. Let's pull an animal energy and see what animal spirit energy you're dealing with at this moment in time. So what is Sagittarius dealing with? And I'm kind of getting as well, like you're seeing the light with something. When I say that quite literally, this is the crow, is the seer. Some of you are having very psychic premonitions or intuitive knowings, because something that was held in the darkness, some kind of knowledge or truth, has now come up to light. And it's actually allowed something to come up out into the open as well, that there's a sense that, something's kind of coming. There's now a possibility for something to be a new reality. Now, the crow energy, like I said, this is the psychic energy of being able to see into the future. So, for some of you, I get that you can't quite literally see it, but you can sense it. So, there's a deep, very highly intuitive sense here about what's coming with this shift and change of the Wheel of Fortune. But it's just a sense of how you're looking after yourself, how you're loving yourself. Even your own reflection might change. So this might be where you go get a haircut or something dramatic, or buy some new clothes. You just look different somehow. This is starting, maybe you're starting to go on some sort of health regime where you're physically going to look different. This could quite literally be physically looking different as well. So great time to start anything like that. But it might also just be the way you're kind of seeing yourself. We have as your little take-home message, 6 of Crystals, synergy and gratitude. So I love this because really it's a sense of knowing that part of this is about, yes, it's about self-love, but we've also got this sense that this is also about the people that have been around you as well, especially those that are really close to you that you just really get on with. I feel like it's kind of where you value the people that are closest and nearest, dearest to you more now than ever. At least this week. Next week you could be fighting with them, but this week you kind of like, I'm so glad you're in my life, or just really grateful that you're here, or grateful that we're doing something together. It's a nice energy that's coming through. It might actually just be a sense that it feels like things are kind of feeling more like there's energy that is more aligned to you, like you're connecting to that energy as well. You feel like you're kind of happy with the energy that you're connecting with at this moment in time. So it feels more synergistic kind of thing. But it's lovely. I mean, it's a really, really lovely energy with the 6 of Crystals, synergy and gratitude coming through, which is a beautiful energy. And it is ultimately like a big rebalancing that's coming in as well, just on a kind of a bigger energy. So that's it, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for joining me, and look forward to seeing you next week. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment.